and in terms of our COVID protocols this year, and I'm super proud of all the leading that they've done by example. In addition to celebrating the sixth graders, I think it's also important that we celebrate the people that work so hard to teach them. So to begin, I would like to thank Mrs. Smith, Mr. Cagle, Mrs. Lake, in addition to Mrs. Glover, Mrs. Herman, Senora Mick, and Mrs. Fox. Can we give everyone a big round of applause, please? So this morning we come together to celebrate our sixth graders, and we're going to learn a little bit more about them and see how their year went. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later.
Maumee Valley is a great place because for a lot of reasons, actually. A lot because of maybe the open environment, how there isn't doors and how the classrooms are big and you can like hang around in the couches and stuff. Also because it makes learning fun and the activities are awesome to do and like, well, yeah. And we get really nice projects as well. Like in science, we create a lot of models to represent what we do, and in like math, yeah. In math, we can like do stuff like solving pi, like creating a formula ourselves and stuff like that. It's fun. And my proudest accomplishment in MV would be probably getting past the school in the math counts competition. It was
What I am going to miss about the LS the most is how connected the entire area is. It's quite open, and I can visit any classroom at any point to get information. Going into middle school, I'm not going to be able to get that kind of connection, so that stinks. And some advice that I could give the future LS students is that you should always ask your teachers if you have questions, and managing your time for your homework and classwork is the most important thing you could do.
Some things I'm gonna miss about the LS is all the people and all the teachers that I have met this year. Another thing that I will miss in the LS is like the resource center, because we always go and get books there and it's really fun. For my second answer, some things that I will tell future LS students is that you have to work hard all the time and you can't like quit at all. You have to like keep on trying and trying. And yeah.
My advice for any lower school students is to study a lot for any test, worksheet, basically anything that has to do with it. You have to study, because if you don't, well, it's good to study because you're ahead of most students if you study on your own, like without just the homework they give you or the worksheet they give you, because you know it better, you're faster at it, and you won't struggle. My favorite lower school field trip was the field trip to South Best Island, where we got to camp, we got our own water from a water pump in the woods. We got our own food. We got it from we made s'mores. We set up our own tents. We biked around the whole island. It's a pretty small one. Yeah, I just really like that trip.
I am most proud of how much better I have gotten in math with a lot of help from Miss Lake. She is so kind and has helped me so much, and I am grateful for her helping me, and I really appreciate it. I am so much better at math than I used to, and as much as I dislike math, I am definitely getting better. So thank you very much, Miss Lake, and I really appreciate it. My favorite field trip is when I went to Seven Eagles and I threw an axe at a log and got an obsidian arrow. It was really fun, and the whole class had so much fun, and it was a blast.
I'm gonna miss a lot of things about the lower school, but one of the things I'm probably gonna miss the most would be just the overall community. Because I think that's really grown over the years I've been here. Also, I'm gonna miss the town meetings because those were fun. Unfortunately, we couldn't really do too many of those this year due to COVID, but I'm definitely gonna miss those. The advice I would give to future lower school students would be to just keep on going because no matter how rough it is, you haven't been to 7th grade yet, so it's gonna get worse, but just keep going.
What's my favorite lower school memory or moment? Probably like when we had field day, like spend all day outside having fun, doing different activities. Like they do this obstacle course where like we would try and beat the other team, try and get first, and see how fast we could go. After we did all that, like all the fun stuff, we all gathered in like this big pile and watched 2 grades like do tug of war. It was really funny to watch sometimes. Just like someone fall down or someone like screaming a lot. So that would be fun. My favorite field trip was like when we went to Southwest Island. Like we got to do a lot of fun things, like got to ride in golf carts, go see the island a little bit. Got to go like on the last day we like got to go to the beach, got to go special rock collecting, and like we also like first day we arrived, we got pizza like at this nice restaurant. It was really good. Also got to drink like lots of soda. That was really fun. That was a great memory I had. My favorite field trip.
What my accomplishment that I'm most proud of in the lower school is would have to be sticking with all my friends that have been with me since preschool, and I've made friendships between this year and last year, which are also a big part of my life. And then even though we've had our ups and downs, we still stuck together all the way up to now. And for my second one, what advice I'd give to future lower school students would be to make sure you take it easy, enjoy your friends and your moments with them. Make sure that you take notes on your classwork and follow directions, and make sure you guys stick together.
Probably my biggest accomplishment this year over in Maumee Valley in the lower school was making so many great friends that I have a lot of fun with. I love all my friends and I'm very grateful of them for making me feel so welcome. The thing that I'm gonna miss the most about the lower school is the great class that I'm on. I was remote for most of the time, and this class made me feel welcome when I came.
My favorite field trip was probably Southwest Island because one, we got to go to the boat club because it was too wet outside. The third, which are now the fifth graders, were actually kind of chill. And 3, I almost died because I almost fell into the lake because I was going too fast down a hill. And probably another thing, something I learned in the lower school is that don't overreact at all. It's like just don't. Just don't. Yeah.
One.
The thing I'm probably going to miss about the lower school the most is probably Miss A. She helped me, and she's helped me a lot with my writing and spelling, and she still helps me with my writing. I'm going to probably miss her a lot. I'm also probably gonna miss any of my friends who aren't gonna be in my class.
One.
There are several teachers that I'm probably going to miss that have made an impact from lower school. My first teacher was Miss Holbert, and she is still very important to me, and she is one of the people who made me decide that I wanted to stay at Maumee Valley. And then there was Mr. Fishel, who sadly no longer works here. I'm so very sad about that. He helped me again decide to stay here after I was crying a lot more in around 3rd and 4th grade, and he helped me not cry as much. And then Miss A, as I previously talked about, I'm going to miss her a lot. She used to teach me with my spelling, and she was very important in also making me not cry.
MV isn't just a good place. MV is probably one of my favorite schools I've ever went to, actually. So, it's mostly because of the teachers. Some of them even give out candy, and also it kind of feels like a,
Also what?
it also kind of feels like a home. Unfortunately, we couldn't go on any field trips, to my memory, and that's because of COVID, obviously. But my favorite one was probably a camp store, or when we went for a week. Some parents even went if they remember. That was really fun. Otherwise, I can't think of
Envy is great because I have a lot of responsibility and I can choose my topics for projects and writing essays and so many things. And if I want to sit on my desk, I can sit on my desk. And what I'll miss about the LI is I've only been UI. I've only been here for 1 year this year, and I have a very tight-knit relationship with my class, and we're gonna say jokes next year that no one else is gonna understand, and we're gonna be laughing, and they're just gonna be looking at us with confused faces.
Advice I would give to future law school students is to make very good friends, like a couple or a lot of good friends. At my first school, I didn't have very many friends, maybe 1 or 2. And now at MB, I have a couple of very good friends. Favorite field trip was Camp Store. It was for a week, and we were all in the same room. We did fun games, like we built a shelter for a hurricane, and there wasn't a hurricane, and we got to touch animals, and I got to hold a snake.
Something I'll miss about the lower school is being able to communicate with kids who aren't in our grade. I like that we're all together on some level, even if we're doing different things, and that on a normal year, we have different ages in each class. It's nice to be able to see what the other grades are doing. Also, if you're in the younger grade, it's nice to see roughly what you'll do next year. Miss Holbert made a huge impact on me. She was super nice and supportive. She was also respectful of any boundaries kids may have had, and she was always there to help. I'm very grateful that I had her as a teacher while I could.
Advice I would give future lower school students is the work might get hard and frustrating sometimes, but to always try your best and take a deep breath. Teachers will help. And something I learned in the lower school that will help you later in life is to always try your best again, because if you try your best always, then you will succeed and get better at it, and you'll learn stuff you didn't even know you could do.
Teacher that made the biggest impact for me was Mrs. Holbert in first grade, as she taught us math and how to read an analog clock and being mindful. And she was just really helpful to a lot of people. And my favorite field trip we went on was we went to South Bass Island in fourth grade, because we got to bike around the entire island and go up in the monument, and lots of cool things. And we got to camp. So it was so fun.
Right, Chris is one of our remote students and we will hear his video now.
So what advice I give to the future lower school students is that you should always have fun and you should try to include everyone and be nice to everyone, because when you do that, it makes everyone happy and then it'll just make your day a little bit better. And then what I'm going to miss about the lower school is I'm probably going to miss how big and open it is and how you can see everyone from first grade to sixth grade, and how we don't, and I'm also going to miss how we don't have much homework, because I'm probably going to have more in the middle school. And I'm also going to miss all the great teachers and everyone I can see, because when in the lower school, you're able to see everyone from first to sixth grade, and it just like reminds you of good memories you've had.
The accomplishments that I'm proud of are the poems I've written, because I've never really liked poems, but after I've written and learned about them, I love them a lot. I'm also proud of the poster that I did in science class, because I think I was able to show how well I understood about the animal. I'm also proud of the timeline dates, because after I read each one of them, my knowledge about that topic got stronger. And finally, I am proud of my 3D model in science, because my wind panel was able to spin and I really liked that model. Some advice that I will give to the future UI students is to ask for help whenever you need it, because I got a lot of help this year. And after I got help, I felt a lot better. Also, to talk to a teacher whenever you have some problems, because after I talked to a teacher, I felt great support and it feels good after talking. My third advice is to try hard, because you usually get rewards after you try hard. And my final advice is to join a sports team, because I've never really joined a sports team before. And this year I tried it out and it was really fun.
Maumee is a great place because you can always find a friend group in your life. You'll stick with them for as long as you want to, and you'll be able to hang out with them and just have fun while you're at Maumee. Future advice I give to other lower school students is there are some people that won't always be nice, but all you have to do is just ignore them and carry on with your day. And make sure you have a friend group so you won't always be like alone, or if like one friend's not there, you always have another friend to be.
What teacher had the biggest impact on me? The teacher that had the biggest impact on me would have to be Mrs. Smith. In my old school, we didn't have we had a librarian, but the librarian didn't really help us find the books that we need. We just looked around, where Mrs. Smith helped me find books I like and want to read. Mrs. Smith also helps me. I feel like I've done a better job writing, because Mrs. Smith is more helping in the areas I need than just teaching the subject. And then what am I going to miss about the lower school the most? What I'm going to miss about the lower school most would have to be pretty much all of it. This is my first year and it's big. I really like just the way how their classrooms are arranged and how teachers here teach.
All right, so my favorite accomplishment about the lower school was getting into the GOB because I got all 7 questions correct on the first part of it, but on the second part, the real thing, kind of got out of the second question. What I would tell to lower school students would be to do your homework because your parents will get mad at you if you don't, like mine. And in real life circumstances, it would be fatal to a job. So do your homework and get that habit in.
I think Maumee Valley is a very great place because you get to learn all about these different cultures and races, especially during Spanish class, and you get to make lifelong friendships, and it's so easy to socialize with others, especially during field trips and recess. So my favorite memory of Maumee Valley was going on field trips and studying Spanish and German, as many people give me German books, especially people tutoring me in Spanish so I can go exceeding in the subject. I'd also say that the former music teacher, Mrs. Seberg, made one of the biggest impacts, as without her, I wouldn't be so into music. Really, all teachers made that impact.
The accomplishment that I'm most proud of when I was in the UI was last year, and it was when I got 5th in the geography. It was fun, even though I still got eliminated first, but I was proud because I was the only 5th grader that made it to the stage. And then my favorite field trip last year was when we went to San Marcos with Senora Mick. The food was great, and the scavenger hunt was fun. The scavenger hunt was when we just went around the store looking for items on a list.
I like MP because they teach you the work is more individualized than my old schools was, and it's much more challenging. And the teachers are very supportive of you, so I like my MP because it's tougher work. My favorite teacher is when Mrs. Smith was giving me books. She knows this so well, and she was just ready to talk. I walked in one day and there was a book, and it had no explanation except for a little sticky note that said, "This is the sequel to a different book," and I was very happy with it. So, yeah, because Mrs. Smith keeps giving us random books. My favorite memory from this year is when in the winter we were sledding in the big hill and the whole class decided to make a chain and we all went down, I guess, in increments, like one person would go and then the next person would go and the next person would go, and we crashed every time, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm really gonna miss my class. I love Mrs. Smith. She's really great. She is it was just a lot of fun. Also my class, my cohort people, we really get along well, and we would laugh every day. We still laugh every day.
Selena is unfortunately absent today. We're going to hear her video now.
What was your favorite lower school memory? My favorite lower school memory was when in 5th grade, we were all sledding and we decided to play bowling, and JoJo F was the bowling ball, and JoJo F's lyric
and Robbie were the bowling pins. When JoJo F went down the sledding hill, he tripped JoJo, and they went the rest of the way down, stacked on top of each other. It was fun. My favorite memory with my teachers and what teacher had the biggest impact on me was Mrs. Smith. She had the biggest impact on me because I was pretty negative in the beginning of the school year, and she just let me take breaks and was just super nice. My favorite memory with teachers when I was in 3rd grade and we went to Camp Store. And Miss Aubrey, she put on a book for us to listen to, and it helped me fall asleep. And she also gave us Twizzlers and Lifesavers.
Mrs. Lake made the biggest impact on me. She was one of my favorite UI teachers in the UI here. She is one of my best teachers that taught me math and science ever since I was a little kid. And she would always help you if you were in need of help, but she wouldn't like to tell you the answer. She would help you through it and make sure you were the one figuring everything out, not her doing it for you. So I really liked that. And then next question is, what is one of your favorite, what are you gonna miss about the LI? One thing I'm gonna miss about the LI is all my friends, because I made a lot of new friends this year because of COVID. We were all trapped in one classroom and we ate, argued, laughed, and joked around with each other all the time. And that's gonna be a long-lasting friendship between me and my classmates. So, yeah.
Maumee Valley is a great place because of what we learn. Though sometimes class may seem boring, our curriculum is filled with interesting topics that sometimes others don't even have a chance to learn. And we're really lucky to have teachers to prepare these things for us. One thing I've learned is to get to know and make friends with people we meet, and especially people who are going to be around long term, because they'll be there just as company and to help you out. Basically, wherever you go, you'll be much better off knowing people.
Hello, Maumee Valley families, parents of 6th graders. I'm Lynn Casto, head of school, and it is my pleasure to say hello to you and close the ceremony. This is absolutely my favorite end of year ceremony because we get to hear from every single student about how much they've grown in the lower school academically, socially, and emotionally. We are so proud of each graduating 6th grader and can't wait to see what they do in their middle school years. None of them would be to this point without all of our lower school teachers. So 6th grade, can you join me in thanking all of your lower school teachers? Parents, I also want to thank you for entrusting your precious children to Maumee Valley. We love working with them day in and day out. Many of you served as remote teachers yourselves this year, and I want to thank you for your patience and partnership through this pandemic year. Before we close, I want to ask a very special person to come up and join me in front of the camera, Mrs. Hulbert. As you know, she is retiring this year. Pam, you heard directly from our 6th graders about the impact you have made on this class, but there are many others. You leave a legacy here at Maumee Valley that will remain forever. You live in our hearts and you have impacted this place in such a beautiful way. So on behalf of all of Maumee Valley, we want to say thank you and we wish you the best in your next chapter.
Thank you. And thank you.
Parents, students have made a card for Mrs. Holbert, and she is holding this wonderful sculpture that will hang in her honor in our lower school courtyard.
It's beautiful. Thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Pam.
Pam.
I wish all of you a wonderful summer. I hope you find much joy with your families, rest and relaxation. And again, congratulations, sixth grade. So proud of you. Take care.